Hey, what's up guys and gals? My name is Rick Nineg. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to be talking about I Love Lucy. More specifically about a behind the scenes piece of drama that happened between Jess Oenheimer, the executive producer, also the creator of I Love Lucy, and Desi Arnaz. There was a little bit of friction there, which ultimately led to the leaving of Jess Oenheimer in 1955 from the I Love Lucy TV show. If you're a fan of classic TV shows and movies, then this channel is for you. I have over 1,900 classic TV and movie videos for you to enjoy, so make sure to browse my channel and enjoy. So as I mentioned, we're going to be talking about a very interesting thing that you may have noticed, and there were signs of it, little signs of this tension that was going on behind the scenes when you look at these episodes of I Love Lucy. So let's go back to season 1. The episode is called Cuban Pals, and essentially if you look at the credits, you're going to notice that there's a big change. If you look at Cuban Pals, which essentially is episode 28, and you go all the way back to episode 1, all of those episodes list Jess Oenheimer as the executive producer of I Love Lucy. But something happens essentially in the episode Lucy does a TV commercial. The credits change. Apparently in the episode itself before that, the 29th episode of I Love Lucy, The Freezer, it's during that time that essentially there was a lot of arguments between Desi Arnaz and Jess Oenheimer. Essentially, they were each trying to fight for their own rights. They were each trying to fight for who was to say what, who was kind of running the show, who would be continuing to run the show, and who would have more to say. I mean, there were both powerful men, they both wielded power, and they both wanted to keep that power, and it was very tricky because when you have two people of power and there's only room for one, it becomes a little bit difficult, and there is tension there. So you can see here in Cuban Pals, pretty much you can look through the entire credits, you will not see Desi Arnaz's name in terms of anything like an executive producer. But if you look at this episode, Lucy does a TV commercial in which she appears doing the Vitamina Benjamin commercial, you will notice that Desi Arnaz is given credit as executive producer for the first time. Now, why did this happen? Well, it was done at Desi's own request. He wanted this done. And who did he have to request it from? Of course, Jess Oenheimer, the guy in charge. But it was something that Jess Oenheimer didn't really want to do. It was against his better judgment, but essentially he kind of wielded power because he said, okay, this guy is the star of the show. I mean, Lucille Ball is, but he's running things. Like, he's the one coming up to me. He's the one who is trying to assert dominance. So I need to kind of yield power to him to make things smooth. But apparently to him, that would be his downfall, at least to being on the I Love Lucy show, because in later years, Jess Oenheimer would probably regret this decision because it began to sow the seeds that they had between them. That is Desi and Jess Oenheimer. The friction between them continued, and eventually Oppenheimer had to leave I Love Lucy in 1955. Now, my question to you is, do you think that Jess Oenheimer made I Love Lucy better than it was? Essentially, he left after the end of season 5. So season 6, the first episode, that was just Desi Arnaz as executive producer, and everyone else who was on the show before essentially continued on the show. He brought a couple more people as writers, but many people thought that the show changed quite a bit after Jess Oenheimer left, that the little bit of magic that was there between seasons 1 through 5 kind of died off. Or it was dying off during kind of the European episodes, which are still pretty good. But I would love to know your thoughts down below. Did you know about this friction? Do you think that Desi Arnaz did too much? He shouldn't have stepped on Jess's toes? Do you think that Jess should have probably wielded power to Desi as he did? Or should he have asserted himself and said, no, I'm not going to budge here, and see what would have happened? I mean, what would have happened if he would have stood up to Desi? I think it's very interesting. It's a very interesting thought. Thank you so much for your support as always. Don't forget to leave your comments below. I love to read them. And most importantly, everyone, be positive and be hopeful. Thank you so much to my platinum and diamond tier patrons, especially David D, Jerry D, Daniel B, Citizen Kane 359, Vito L, Sally N, Russ C, and Beatrice R. If If you want to be on this list, make sure to check the links in the description. It's a great way to support the channel. Thank you.